Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 354 Launch Party in High-Res Power Switch. And I'm joined by Bombug, as always.
Hello, hello. How you doing today, X?
Doing okay. Kind of tired. I think we're both tired.
Yeah, it's been a long life, but I got a little bit of hyped up energy just a few minutes ago though because my super long shaggy corona hair, like there was a lock hanging down over my ear and it tickled my ear and I thought it was a bug. So I flipped out and now I'm kind of still riding that
That
that spike of
adrenaline.
adrenaline. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Whew.
Gene.
Getting a
Gotta
bug
love
in
when
your
that
ear is not
happens.
pleasant.
Oh my god.
But
Oh
yeah,
man.
reading a little bit of gaming news, time to chill out.
Yeah, yeah. So some awesome news. Launch party. So if you guys recall, for the Steam launch, I believe it was, they had a party, a celebration party, and they're having yet another one for 1.0. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of bad timing with the whole COVID thing, but it's not nearly as bad over there. So to celebrate the launch of the game later this summer, only 6 more Friday Facts to go. That's crazy. Um,
So soon, man. Month and a half. Here we go.
oh yeah. We have decided to throw a party. It is going to be at the same venue as our 1 million. Oh, it's a 1 million sale party, not Steam. It'll take place on Friday, the 4th of September 2020 at, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that,
Nah.
this place in Prague. I am going to really quick open this though. Uh, Looks like it's some just open area, get together, nice place. Um, and uh, And yeah, so we are inviting a lot of people to the party, such as other Czech game developers, YouTubers, and of course we will be there. As we want you, the fans, to be able to come, we have some tickets for sale. The reason to sell them rather than give them away is so that we don't have messers saying they will come when they don't intend to. You can buy a ticket here. So, I'm gonna open that page real quick. This says where it is, it says when it is. You must be 18 plus to attend. It's 20 bucks, super cheap for what you get. I think there's like a maybe some sort of goodie bags or something. They did that last time, but super cheap. Just to prevent people from just taking a ticket for free and then end up just not going with no intention of going. That kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, nobody likes that. You gotta, what's the word for opting into a party? Gotta send your response. RSVP.
RS,
Yeah, you
yeah,
gotta RSVP it.
yeah, for sure. Um, so while COVID-19 pandemic might be quote unquote over here in Czechia, yeah, there's a link here, holds farewell party for pandemic. Gee, what a life that would be.
We are not quite doing so well over here in the US of A.
Yeah, we're actually going the other direction right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the reality is, the situation could change with great speed. It is likely that many won't be able to come due to travel restrictions, or we may even need to cancel the event. Please keep this in mind while you're considering whether to come. We hope everything lines up in our favor, and we look forward to meeting you. So, um, while this is super awesome, and I think it should be discussed a little bit, that it's very probable that a lot of people aren't going to be able to come if they're coming from outside the country, depending where they're coming from. Um, like I am pretty sure right now, uh, Chechnya has actually banned, like they will not let Americans in. I believe currently. I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but that's my understanding. Now this is of course 2 months out, but if that stands, then anyone in the U.S. who wants to go just won't be able to go because they won't even be allowed into the country. Um, and that may hold true from other countries. They won't let people from other countries in, or other countries, um, if someone travels, they won't let them back in, etc., etc. So it could get real complicated. Um, but this sounds super cool. Yeah. So if you're deciding to go or not, then this it requires some pretty serious decision making here, some pretty serious thought, I'd say.
That is a really beautiful place to have a party though.
Yes.
Good
Um,
time of year. So right next to the river, got a lot of nice food services, you know. And since it's in Prague, a nice big touristy city, the what would you call it? Sort of the service workers there are generally going to know a lot of languages,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. But yeah, if you guys get the chance to go and it's safe, that sounds like a blast.
Sounds super cool. That's like 1.0 launch party. If you're gonna go to a Factorio event, that's the one to go to. Um,
Oh yeah,
so
it's gonna be big.
gonna be crazy. Really looking forward to that. On to the high res power switch by V and Dom. One of the leftover entities that didn't get the love of the high resolution update yet is a power switch. It has waited this long mostly because we weren't sure about uh, its design and because it is very not a very frequently used entity. However, after all this time, we don't have better ideas for design, so we don't want to change it significantly. And of course, we have the higher priority things on our plate now, so reworking an infrequently used entity doesn't sound too pragmatic. Makes sense.
Yep.
Other than that, the 3D source file is a mess, unsurprisingly, as it's the first thing, Friday Facts 102, I worked on for Factorio. That would be V probably. Back when I was trying to create a texture painting system where we could paint RGB masks instead of grayscale ones to control multiple channels at the same time. Not only was this not as useful as I had thought, we can see some examples here, kind of, just some interesting, looks like workflow mock-up stuff here.
A little bit of Blender, yeah. Those tools are pretty complicated.
Yes. Very. It was more efficient for me to just get used to switching between textures, but unfortunately, this also caused something in Blender to go wrong, and the scene crashes frequently. Great. Uh, Luckily, I was able to combine forces between Blender 2.8, where I could actually paint textures but couldn't render, and 2.79, where I could render but not paint. Um, if you've been evenly remotely following the development of Blender, your first question is probably why are we not using 2.8 as it's been out for quite a while now? Some more screenshots here, screen caps to kind of show you. And they say our workflow is quite specific, and the early version of 2.8 simply don't support all the obscure features that we use. On top of it all, we have a lot of tools and scripts that would probably break in 2.8, and eventually it got so late in our development cycle that we couldn't just afford to be insecure about our software when 2.8 introduced all kinds of new changes. We're very much looking forward to switching to 2.8 after 1.0. So it looks like they did change it a bit. Um, One thing is the actual graphical, the actual sprite movement that's not been a thing previously, and I think this like excellently illustrates the power switch feature, whereas before it maybe wasn't quite as well illustrated.
Yeah, I think that makes it super clear what's happening. As much as it's kind of like sort of funky to see, you know, like, oh, this is a big mechanical thing that just plugs in into an outlet. Like, it seems a little silly, but it super clearly shows, hey, you're actually connecting power here.
Yes, exactly, very much so. So yeah, a little silly, but I think still really cool looking. As you can see here, we have a high resolution version of Power Switch, including a destroyed version from our Remnant specialist Dominic. By the way, the Power Switch switch was actually one of the first entities we had high resolution sprites for. I prepared them shortly after finishing the Power Switch years ago. However, the way we create high resolution entities was only really established a while after that, so it wouldn't fit today anymore. We plan to release the updated Power Switch next week. So this is great. This is all well and good, but where the heck is my assembling machine rework? Like this, like oh my goodness, I think assembling machine rework is many times more important than power switch. Like if you count the amount of assemblers you see in a factory compared to the amount of power switches,
Yeah.
um, I think it's a lot more important that the assembler be not just a gray, blue, or yellowish box, and uh, and stuff. So I mean, this is fantastic. I'm not going to complain about an updated entity. It looks great, but for real, 1.0, I think it's going to be real weird if we go into 1.0 with all these really fancy, cool graphics, and then we got like a flat box for like the basically the main entity you use throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, you were even saying that you like the older version of them better, right? When
Yeah,
we were
when we
looking
saw
at
the
the
yeah when we saw him
review.
older.
Yeah,
I mean, so you know what? If you have to dig back and take those, do that personally. Obviously, that's not. I don't voice the entire community, but personally, I think those even look better than what we have now. Again, this is my constructive criticism. The devs has done a fantastic job. I'm happy with basically every single um, high res rework they've done. I'm just wondering where the most important one is.
yep. The assembler machines are what almost the majority of your base, right?
Yeah, aside from
Yeah.
smelters.
Actually, I was gonna. I'm thinking about my solar farm now. Dang it.
Oh.
That's massive.
Well, yeah, but the thing
But
is, that's not an area that you're usually like in, right?
yeah, for sure.
So like you just see your factory constantly and the assemblers constantly. I think uh when everything was lower res, it wasn't bad, but I think they actually stand out poorly now that everything around them is high res and they're not. So, just my 2 cents. Did I hang up on the call? I had. Oh dear. I'm sorry, guys. My phone decided to connect via a different thing. Oh my goodness, I've never had this happen. I apologize. Oh my goodness, my Discord's frozen. We were basically done with the Friday facts. I apologize, guys. I would just normally redo this video, but we are both exhausted and need to go to bed after this. But we were basically done. That is my mistake. My phone decided to join the call when I opened it, and now my Discord's broken. So I apologize. I tried rejoining, and it's not happening. So uh, let me try one last time here. See if we can get in. Looks like not. My whole Discord just broken. Okay, that's gonna do it, guys. We were basically done. We discussed everything, I believe. I apologize. I apologize to Bombug, and I think that's it. Cool power switch. I want the assembler, but this is fantastic. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think below, and your thoughts on the launch party too. Do you plan to go? What do you think? Regards to the whole thing, and yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Really, really great rework on the high res power switch. So, take care, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please leave your thoughts below on the forums and Reddit, of course, for the devs. And unfortunately, Bombug can't say goodbye. I really do greatly apologize. Um, Truly, normally I would just cancel this video and remake it properly, but we both have to head to bed after this. So, uh, best to have us both here for the majority of it than to have neither of us here for one at all. um, anyway, thank you guys, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.